and for deepening the China-Liberia relations. This project is one of the important among them. In last 10 months, both sides worked very efficiently and got everything done from feasibility study to signing of all agreements. And now we are breaking the ground for the construction. Let me call this China-Liberia efficiency. Without sincere friendship, without hardworking and a cooperative spirit, this is not going to happen. This process is really commendable, and we do make history in this project. From now on, we are expecting to see China speed and China quality. I'm confident that China Harbor will present us a state-of-the-art new terminal building, as illustrated on the big poster later. Madam President, ladies and gentlemen, as we say, in this globalized world, the Earth is a small village. We are mainly talking about ITCs and aviation connectivity, which I think should be part of the infrastructure of social and economic development in current times. The robust international airport has long served as the main corridor for Liberians to connect the rest of the world. Although not all Liberian people can afford to fly, this airport is actually very important to the daily life of them, especially in case of emergency. I still remember that during the Ebola crisis 2 years ago, this airport facilitated the flow of people and goods in the fight against Ebola. And I myself went back and forth for many times to receive our medical personnel and receive the assistant anti-Ebola materials, just working on the runway. And at the same time, we found the constraint and the poor facilities of the airport. So this is the reason why the Chinese government decided to help Liberia to upgrade and expand this airport in its post-Ebola recovery process. I believe with the concerted efforts of China and the other partners, these projects will not only make the airport better facilitate Liberia's connectivity with the outside world, but lift the first sight image of the country. Madam President, today we are gathering to celebrate the groundbreaking of the new milestone project, and we are also paving the way to further strengthen China-Liberia comprehensive and cooperative partnership. Thank you.
Thank you, Ambassador Yu. At this time, we'd like to welcome a member of the Margibi Legislative Caucus for a brief remark.
Oh, Excellency, Madam Eddie Johnson Sirleaf, members of Margibi Legislative Caucus, our cabinet ministers here present, our partners in progress here present, our distinguished Margivians and other Liberians here present, the chairman of the board, our manager, is again, we are here today. If I say again, sometimes others might think otherwise. Madam President, your legacy cannot be counted. But we have come on say, you will never miss the well until it runs dry. People will not. As today, people will not appreciate you, Madam President. But after you, many Liberians will be crying, where is Ellen Johnson Sirleaf? This long-awaiting project, you and myself discussed at your office. I said, Madam President, the airport, you say, Honorable says there's no money. I'm trying to get money to put the airport up to date. As today, the groundbreaking is taking place. For us to have our airport to international standard, we would like to say big thank you to Madam President. It's not strange because we have seen all our roads, the pavement of our roads. And the Ministry of Transport looking at the roads to the rural part of the country, in the gateway of the country, which is the airport, I knew very well that something must be done. And today we are here for the Grand Prix. We say thank you to the partners that went to implement and other government officials here that have applied efforts today that we are here. Thank you very much. We hope that this, instead of it to be 10 months, it will be 8 months. Thank you.
All right. It's 10 months. At this time, it's an honor to welcome the chairman of the board of directors of the Liberia Airport Authority, the Honorable Bensonga Finley.
Her Excellency, Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, President of the Republic of Liberia, members of the legislature present, cabinet ministers, Ambassador, His Excellency of China, foreign guests, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Today is a great day for Liberia. It's a great day for the airport authority, members of my board, directors, and staff of the Liberia Airport Authority. Let me continue that today is a great day for us because our growth, economic growth and development greatly depend on the entry point into our country. The two projects represent the beginning to the end of Her Excellency tenure. And what a better time to do that, Madam President. You have focused on those essential economic prerequisites that start the basis of building a nation after all of the destruction that our country went through. You focus on education, you focus on health, you focus on infrastructure, and sometimes, Madam President, you focus on the port of authority, national port authority. But today, we can say to you, Madam President, your efforts, the time that you put into this project to make it a success cannot be overemphasized. Madam President, you put a team of people together, entities and agencies together to achieve this goal. And under your leadership, we are here today, and I would like to say to you, Madam President, as the champion of this project, congratulations and thank you for taking us thus far. Madam President, I also want to extend thanks and appreciation to the Ambassador of China, the People's Republic of China, who made this project, the terminal building, a priority. The ups and downs, all of the screws you have to tighten, you have to use your political weight and influence. We want to say thank you to the People's Republic of China. I also like to extend special recognition to Ambassador Thomas, Liberia Ambassador accredited to China, Minister of State without portfolio, Ambassador Grispe, Minister of Transportation, Minister Angela Cassell-Bush, Minister of Public Works, we know you here, Judy. The NIC family, Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Labor, Ministry of Internal Affairs, the Civil Aviation Authority, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the National Investment Commission that played a major role, NICO, who did the feasibility study for the plan for the Liberia Airport Authority, especially Rowers International Airport. But I'd like to also extend special thanks to the PDU unit. They worked very hard, Madam President, to try to pull these things together. We want to thank the Managing Director and his staff for the hard work they've been doing since they came on board. And we want to congratulate them also for this project. But I would also like to mention, Madam President, those who played the role before we came on board. Former Minister Tonala, former Minister Nangbe, and former chairman of the board, or chairmans of the board when this whole project started. This is what you get when you have people working together. When we work together, we can achieve and accomplish. And this accomplishment, Madam President, is as a result of your, I don't know what to say, Madam President, because I think you've been described so many ways, but of your integrity and your understanding of what development is, by putting people together who can achieve and who can accomplish the objective that you have set. So we want to thank all of them for getting us thus far. I want to extend my thanks and appreciation to China Harbor, to Sino Hydro, to NICO, and to, sometimes, Madam President, we're always proud of some of our citizens who have been able to achieve and accomplish certain level of professionalism. We were looking for a leader to head our unit, project implementing unit, and we're fortunate to find a Liberian who was willing to come on board with us to head this project and to make sure that what the specification of these projects are will be implemented. And I want to thank Mr. Anthony Tukba for accepting to come on board to head this unit. A young engineer, you say he's younger than me. I mean, younger than me, but he's older than me, my brother. You keep calling me big brother. But all in all, we are here today, and I will be unfair to myself not to also extend thanks and appreciation to the legislature for ratification of the loan facility for both of these projects. We would like to say to them, thank you and congratulations, which of course, Madam President, I must take a little bit of credit. I was there when the Badia and the Saudi fund was ratified. So I have to give myself a little bit of praise. With that said, Madam President, we are at a stage where the Liberia Airport Authority is going to start the process of economic growth. And what do I mean by that? We need to start to look at the possibility of light industry in this area, of housing, and of businesses, attracting businesses to the airport authority. This is a long-range plan that if you don't believe me tomorrow, we'll start to think about and work on as the board. And I know you're not firing me tomorrow, so we will be working towards that. I see great opportunities for Liberia Airport Authority, and we can assure you, Madam President, even after you're gone, the airport will continue to grow and develop. And thanks to your vision and your hard work in making this the future of the Liberia Airport Authority a great one. I hope I have not left out anybody. I know I called Minister Moore, I don't know who else, Justice, Minister of Justice. Yes, Madam President, sorry, I didn't see the Minister of Justice here, so I would like to also extend my thanks and appreciation to the Ministry of Justice, both the former minister and the present minister who worked very hard on these projects. With that, I will say to all of us to continue to pray for this nation, to continue to pray for great leadership, and to continue to pray for our president as she continues to have vision to move our country forward. God bless all of us. Thank you.
I'd like to personally thank the chairman of our board, who has continued to support us through our own struggles. At this time, it is an honor for me to welcome my friend. He doesn't like to be called a honorable, but he is. It is an honor to call on Honorable Will Bako Freeman, Managing Director, Liberia Airport Authority.
Her Excellency, Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, members of the legislature here present, members of the cabinet and other government officials here present, the Ambassador of the People's Republic of China and other members of the diplomatic corps, the chairman and members of the board of directors of Liberia Airport Authority, members of the business community, fellow teammates, ladies and gentlemen. As we're all aware, the destruction of the Civil War also affected the old terminal of RIA and saw little or no renovation on the runway and the aerodrome as a whole. We have therefore gathered here today to break grounds for the building of a brand new terminal and the resurfacing of the runway. We would like to thank the President, Her Excellency Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, who made the development of the airport a key priority for this government. We cannot overemphasize how proud we are and the privilege accorded to us to be in charge of the Liberia Airport Authority at this time, when such projects are being implemented. Madam President, once again, we say thank you. This has been a long and arduous process, from contract negotiations to procurement formalities to mobilization, which has led us to this history that we're making here today. And we have confidence throughout this process now that Sino Hydro and China Harbor, that the infrastructure to be laid on this soil will both be state-of-the-art and will enable the airport to reach its aspiration of becoming a destination of choice for international carriers. One of the questions that I get asked most since I took this job is, when will the airport be fixed and upgraded? So we're very happy today to be celebrating today $80 million worth of investment in airport infrastructure between the building of the new terminal, which will take 22 months and not 10 months, Honorable, and the full rehabilitation of the runway, which will be in 10 months. This will result in the coming months of a new terminal facility that will change the skyline of the airport and the runway resurfaced to enhance the movement of aircrafts. These developments will also be supplemented by the new hotel that you can see in the background, which will be finished by early next year, and the building of a new state-of-the-art cargo facility to be begun during this dry season. All of these developments indicate that the future looks very bright for RIA in the upcoming 12 to 14 months. The management of LAA and our employees pledge our unflinching cooperation during the course of these projects, and we are once again grateful to be part of these efforts. My chair thanked, I think, everybody that we need to thank, but I just also wanted to thank our other partners, who are the airlines, the Total and TriStar, who are doing the jet fuel facilities, and all the users of the airport. So this is an accomplishment for all of us, and we're quite happy that you're here to share this with us today. Thanks for being here, and may God bless us all. Before we call the president, ask my chair, we have a gift for Madam. We have to make sure that we keep this job.
Madam President, normally when I talk to the Director of Civil Aviation, I will refer to somebody by the name of EJS. That is the inscription on the back of your jacket, your safety jacket. So we're inspecting the terminal building and the runway. We know that will be properly attired. And on behalf of the Board of Directors, management, staff, and contractors, we want to present this jacket to you, Madam President.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you may, please remain standing. It's a welcome, Her Excellency, Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, President, Republic of Liberia, a Nobel Peace Laureate, Africa's first female president, and a visionary of unequal measure. Ladies and gentlemen, our president.
Thank you, AFL Band. All protocols have been observed. Please sit down. During the course of World War II, when the war hit North Africa, the United States needed a place where they could stop for refueling, for being able to intervene in the war. And so, of course, Liberia being a long-term traditional friend, the natural place to put an aircraft was in Liberia. So they would be able to refuel, get more supplies, do their strategic thinking, and that's how come Robert Field was built by the United States. Why here? Because it's close to Firestone. Made it very easy with Firestone over there, Firestone staff at work, to make sure that they put it in proximity to a facility that they already knew and had some part to play in. As they constructed, they had cooking facilities that people had to eat. And so the scent would go over there. The community over there would be there, and they would smell the food. That's how kind of call our place smell no taste. And so today, we come with something different, with the improvement to the airport. And this time is done by our other friends, our bilateral friends from China. They now are bringing a new airport. And we want to thank them, and I know they will be cooking too, but thank God this time a lot of restaurants over there. So there won't be any need for the people there to feel like they're not a part of the food. We are so glad that finally we can get our airport up to standards. Finally, that shame that we all, and we do feel shame when we land at the airport and the plane is just going, you know. That don't so massage, no, this time, that's not got massage. We feel shame because we have strangers in the plane and they all look and say, oh my goodness, when will Liberia come of age? So, but you know, there were so many priorities within priorities within priorities in the state of our nation, the resource constraints, the type of weather that we have that constrains us from being able to work only a certain time of the year. It's very difficult to get infrastructure projects, and so this priority was always there, but we kept putting it aside a little bit to do things that seem to require much more urgency than this one. Finally, again, as I said, we're going to see the airport now get to the place where we can all feel proud of it. I want to thank all of you who have been a part of it, Chinese ambassador, as well as our ambassador in China, the president of China. When we sat there to talk about it, the ambassador had already done a lot of groundwork. So he said to me, you know, you must listen to the words of my president. You will hear, and when you hear something, you must know that that's his heart that will be speaking. And those famous two words, early harvest. And so when they looked like the airport was getting stuck, and Exim Bank was a little wary whether or not we could pay back that loan, and they were doing other things. So we said, well, we just write here and say, Mr. President, I want to remind you of early harvest. So, but the president was very gracious in all of this and very committed. And he gave clear instructions to the companies to make sure that Liberia was considered favorably for this project. So to all of you, thank you for all the part that you've played. Our officials, the LRA, management and board, all the others who've done so. You know, I told the chairman of the board when he wanted to give me that gift, I said, you sure you want to give me that gift before I speak? He said, yes, I can take it. All right. Well, there's a lot of work to do here. I told the managing director, yes, you're going to have a fine runway, you're going to have a fine terminal building. But when you come and drive in, and you can't see any part about the beauty of a green country. You know, you can't see nice trees along the way. You can't see flowers along the way. Oh my goodness, listen to this now. Honorable Bala says it. Then when you turn that curve and you go in, you see all the garbage. That land belongs to RIA. RIA has to take responsibility, working with the legislator to find a way that people do not enter this country and the first thing they see is garbage. Old, what you call NTA, the old things they got there for bus stop. They call it bus stop. It needs to come down. Need to see that. Don't need to take that other thing down. And so I'm sure that they will do it. The workers. What are RIA workers? Yeah, you are the main one. It's you that we look into to make sure this work goes on, right? To protect this place, right? Okay. So we'll be looking forward to the continuation of this project. We'll be monitoring it. We'll be working with the management about doing something about the grounds. I know many other facilities are coming and they're working on it very hard. So we hope that by the time our time comes to an end, we'll be able to have an airport for which all Liberians can be proud. So thank all of you for being aware, Mr. Topa. But they introduced you, but we didn't see your face. We want to see you, so when anything doesn't go right, we don't know. Huh? Too much pressure. But let it go see your face. Okay, that's it. Thank you so much. Thanks to all of you.
Beg the mother to stay on the stage while we do the unveiling and the cutting of the ribbon. We will do the unveiling and the cutting of ribbons. The ambassador, the MD, the chairman of the board, Sino Hydro, China Harbour. The President, President's cutting the ribbon, Chinese ambassador, chairman of the board, the MD, signboard to the projects in review. And the madam will now do the groundbreaking.
Well, say por no abiera, we're going blacking out.
Thank you. Thank you. The madam will now tour. So the Madam President will lead the tour of the other facilities. Thank you.
Thank you.